That was a nice holiday. A very nice holiday. What have I missed? Since the only thing I can really do at the moment is stay inside like everyone else, I think this calls for a DVD review and me overall making a video, as I have nothing better to do with my life. And what DVD am I going to do, you may be asking? Well, only the most highly requested video on my entire channel, for some reason, a DVD review on Engines to the Rescue. It's a very interesting release, I'll give it that, but episode wise, well, let's see. Okay, so Engines to the Rescue, released on VHS and DVD on the 1st of March 2004. Right, so looking at them, they are obviously pretty much identical. As you see Nick Jr. there, they own the rights to Thomas, airing on TV at the time. This was in the early 2000s, so I don't know what you would expect. Nice spine, and on the back, you can see there, entertainment logo. Exclusive, free, train driver tub story from Rubber Dubbers. That is a good show. Oddly, there is a season 6 episode on here. Just zooming on it there. Weirdly, which is extremely... it's odd. I'll comment on that when we properly talk about it. Pictures from episodes which I cannot remember. I'm pretty sure that's from Harold and the Flying Horse, or Percy and the Flying Horse. I have no idea. Opening it up. There we are. There you are. That's what it looks like, if anyone's wondering. And then the DVD, as far as I'm aware, is pretty much identical. Has a Cornwall Engine sticker promoting it, as at the time they were really pushing Cornwall engines, and I'm pretty sure it paid off, as it did do very well when it comes to DVD sales. There's the spine, and then there's the back. Again, pretty much the same. DVD extras are Know Your Engines quiz and Days Out with Thomas preview. Opening it up, it comes with obviously the DVD itself and a little hand flip. Mine is very good condition. I have a few of them actually. Yeah, really nice. And then on the back, there's just the episodes listings. There we go. Right, so what are the episodes on these VHS tapes and DVDs, or whatever you call them? Yeah, what are the episodes? Gordon and Spencer, Harold and the Flying Horse, It's Only Snow, The Refreshment Lady's Tea Shop, Trusty Rusty, Salty's Stormy Tale, and Something Fishy. Now, in case you've forgotten how the whole series actually works, with the shorter releases I review each episode in depth, I guess you could say, one by one, but with the longer releases, I, shortly go over them and show my review on them. But since this release is, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 episodes long, I'll just review every episode in depth, I guess you could say. And yeah, without further ado, let's just get straight into the meat of this video, and yeah, let's go. Gordon and Spencer. This is an episode that I really enjoy. Now, if you are familiar with the classic series, well, I put that in big quotation marks, people consider season 7 as, in the US, not really classic Thomas, and some even in the UK consider it not classic Thomas, but this episode captures what classic Thomas is all about. Just people being snarky about each other, people being rude to each other. This is how the engines are meant to be. It feels very classic, season 5-esque, this episode. Yeah, the episode itself is genuinely really good. Spencer is an amazing character who's still used very prominently to this very day. Just everything about the episode is just really good. The ending's, quite humorous.
What do you think of Spencer now? Whispered Thomas.
Too much puff and not enough steam!
And yeah, the episode itself is just really solid. Yeah, probably, you know what? I'll start this release off with a 10 out of 10. It's that good. Harold and the Flying Horse. Actually, a pretty forgotten episode, actually. I don't see many people talking about this episode, and it's quite unfortunate, as it's actually pretty darn decent. It's your typical Harold episode. Actually, you know what? It's not a typical... There's no such thing as a typical Harold episode, because there are very few of those episodes. And this is why I like the episode so much, because it focuses on a character who doesn't get that much spotlight to himself. It's nice to see Harold, express emotions that aren't him boasting to Percy, which is nice. Percy is naive as ever, thinking a horse can fly, even though he is literally attached to Harold, which makes no sense, but Percy's stupid. The episode itself is pretty darn good, focuses on a character who never gets any spotlight. I respect the episode for that, but other than that, it's your typical season 7 episode. It's a bit stupid at times, it's a bit ridiculous at times. I know season 5 is a bit ridiculous, but that's what makes it unique. Season 7 just doesn't know what it wants to be at the time. But yeah, episode itself, pretty decent. I'd probably give it 6 out of 10. The grand opening, I don't know. I really don't know. I have mixed feelings about this episode. It was one of those ones which I never saw as a kid, which might affect my opinion, but to me it was just a generic season 7 episode. I mean, the model work was really impressive. There were some nice shots in there I thought were really, really nice. And I keep repeating myself, I'm sorry. But, the episode's quite forgettable. Again, that's probably because I didn't watch it as a kid. But the episode itself is meh. I mean, just to top of my hat, this is actually one of the first episodes which uses him as a slapstick character. The first being a Lady Hat's birthday party. But the episode itself is meh. Nice to see the narrow gauge engines, I guess. Scarlowy acts like a bit of a wimp. Other than that, the episode is pretty meh. Missed opportunity, I think. Probably 5 out of 10. Not that great, but not awful at the same time. It's Only Snow. On its own, it's a really, really, really good episode. But what holds the episode down for me is its existence on this release itself. If you don't know what I'm talking about, this episode is a season 6 episode, and the rest of this release are season 7 episodes. And as much as they look similar, it does distract to me a lot from the release itself. It is very odd to hear Angelus have energy in this episode and then have no energy in the next episode. It's quite frustrating, but as an episode on itself, it's really, really good. Thomas is completely in character. The model work is really, really nice, as I said before with the episode prior to this. The episode itself is pretty darn good. Really good episode. I'd probably give it 7 out of 10. I would give it an 8, but its placement on this release makes very little to no sense. The Refreshment Ladies Tea Shop. This is going to be an episode which I don't have much to say about, purely because I didn't see it as a kid. It reminds me of School of Duck in a way, with the whole, take something that's broken and make it into something new. Other than that, I can't really say much about this episode. As an episode on its own, watching it now, it's alright. I mean, if there's one thing I would say about this release and season 7 as a whole, is that there is a lot of narrow gauge episodes. There's a fair few. But yeah, anyway, the episode itself is pretty meh. I mean, I'm not a big fan, but I don't hate it either. I mean, it's alright. It's your typical season 7 episode. Mediocre. Probably. I can't give it a 5. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. It's alright. Trusty Rusty. Now this is an episode I can actually say something about. I'm just gonna go straight up with it. I don't like it. It's very stupid, I have to say. Pure because of the fact that Duncan's driver, a person who has been hired by the Fat Controller, who's in charge of the railway, and he just doesn't care. Rusty warns Duncan to not go down there, and Duncan's driver literally voluntarily changes the points. Why? His driver should be responsible for what Duncan does. That's stupid. It's bad. It's straight up bad. The model work, I mean, again, it is really, really good model work. Angelus puts in a bit of effort, and I mean a bit of effort with the narration. I mean, he at least maybe tries. I mean, not really, but kind of.
Help!
Whistle Duncan.
I'm going to fall!
Episode itself is not very good at all. Probably give it 4 out of 10. Yeah, definitely a 4. Not that good. Salty's Stormy Tale. Without a doubt, the best episode on this release and the best episode of season 7. Well, maybe next to 3 Cheers for Thomas, but my god, is this episode really, 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 really good. Fergus is back. You know, you can't complain. Everyone loves Fergus except for my friend Piece of Jakey, but you know, let's not talk about that. The atmosphere of the episode is absolutely amazing. Reminds me a lot of Cranky Bugs. Salty, you know, actually, like, he always tells stories of people going on, like, sea adventures, but in this episode he actually does one himself. Fergus, like, he actually serves a purpose for the plot, like, he helps the lighthouse, like, work. Everything about this episode is just absolutely amazing. Like, I love it so much. As a kid, I loved it, and literally, it's so gosh damn good. The music, the model work, oh my god, it's so good. 10 out of 10. I'd give it 11 if I could, but it's amazing. And what else to finish off this release with than something fishy? What a finale, what a finale. The episode itself, really good. Thomas is again completely in character, a lot like in It's Only Snow. The crash is absolutely amazing. The trucks are funny. Arthur's really epic. He's an epic gamer, as some people would say. That was really cringe. I'm sorry. The episode itself really darn good. I can't really think of anything to fault it with. Really darn good. Yeah, can't really think of anything else to say. Great way to cap off this release, and I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10. It's really good. Now the question is, do I recommend this release? Yeah, I do. I honestly really do. It features 2 of the 3 best episodes of Season 7, which I'm sure you already know by my thoughts. It does feature a couple of stinker episodes, I have to admit, but it makes up for them with a bit of variety and just overall good selection of episodes from Season 7. I recommend you obviously get the DVD. If you really want to go for it, then you can get the VHS too. They're really common, so you're not going to struggle finding them. Look on eBay if you want to get them. And I recommend. Dear, I'm going to have to think of one for my 10th DVD review. I mean, it would have to be something that would mark a milestone or mark something big in the Thomas franchise. Can't think of anything.